can criticism make you stronger? Lewis Hamilton thinks so, and he's proven it at every race. But here's the twist. Some say his move to Ferrari is just a marketing ploy. Before I tell you why this could be his biggest advantage, tell me in the comments. Do you think Hamilton is still a title contender? Because what you'll discover may change your mind. Since the start of his Formula One career, Lewis Hamilton has been at the center of media attention, not just for his talent, but for being a pioneer. As the first black driver in the category, he broke barriers, but he also faced constant criticism, some with discriminatory overtones. Far from weakening him, that criticism became his fuel to pursue excellence. Hamilton always felt he had to prove more to be taken seriously. That pressure led him to develop an unbreakable mindset. He himself has said that negativity motivates him. Instead of responding to critics, he prefers to work harder and let the results speak for themselves. This was evident in 2011, when he had a difficult, incident-filled season. He was branded as reckless and aggressive, but instead of breaking down, he analyzed every mistake and came back stronger in 2012, scoring key wins despite McLaren no longer being the most competitive car. When he joined Mercedes in 2013, many thought he had made a mistake by leaving McLaren for a team with no recent success. However, he used those doubts as motivation and ended up winning 6 more championships, consolidating himself as one of the best drivers in history. Off the track, the criticism doesn't slow him down either. His activism for human rights, racial equality, or sustainability has been questioned by some conservative quarters, but Hamilton sees it as proof that he is making a necessary impact. His determination to stand firm in his convictions reflects the same mental strength that drives him on the track. Even now, with his move to Ferrari, the criticism keeps coming. There are those who say that his best moment has passed, or that this change is more about the media than the sport. But his reaction is the same. Work, adapt, and prove that he is still a title contender. For Hamilton, every criticism is a sign of relevance and a reminder that there is always room for improvement. His mindset is clear. As long as people talk about him, it is because he still matters. And as long as there are negative voices, he will continue to use them to evolve, perfect his technique, and stay at the top of Formula One. Lewis Hamilton's transition to Ferrari has been one of the most significant challenges of his career. After more than a decade with Mercedes, changing teams not only involves adjusting his driving style to a new car, but also integrating into a completely different internal culture. Ferrari is not just another team. It is the most iconic in Formula One, with a legendary history and a fan base that demands immediate results. Hamilton has arrived in Maranello with the mindset of building something lasting. He knows that Ferrari have not won a championship since 2007 and that every season without a title is seen as a failure. However, far from intimidating him, this seems to have motivated him even more. He has been seen in the factories analyzing every detail of the car with the engineers, seeking to understand the weaknesses of the car and bringing his experience to bear on them. In pre-season testing, Hamilton has shown glimpses of his trademark meticulous approach. His ability to give precise feedback to the engineers, tweaking every element of the car to find tenths of a second, is one of the reasons he has been so successful. Early indications are that he is willing to go through the learning process necessary to lead Ferrari into the title fight. Critics have suggested that this change could be a mistake, that Hamilton could be chasing a romantic affair rather than making the most strategic decision for his career. However, he himself has said that he is not concerned about what others say. His goal is clear: to prove that he can win with Ferrari and to close his career in the most legendary way possible, surpassing the record of 7 championships he shares with Schumacher. Hamilton understands that transforming a team takes time, but he also knows that his legacy is not only measured in titles, but in his ability to inspire and leave a lasting mark. His arrival at Ferrari is more than a change of team. It is the ultimate proof that his determination and ability to adapt are as strong as ever. The mental factor has been one of Lewis Hamilton's greatest strengths throughout his Formula One career. His ability to learn from mistakes, adjust his approach, and come back stronger after failures is one of the reasons he has managed to stay at the top for over 15 years. This mindset didn't come out of nowhere. It has been forged through multiple moments of adversity that have forced him to evolve both on and off the track. Hamilton has spoken openly about how mistakes are an essential part of his improvement process. Over the years, he has developed an almost automatic system to analyze his failures without letting them affect his confidence. After every race, he reviews telemetry, videos, and team feedback, breaking down every detail to understand what he could have done better. He doesn't see mistakes as defeats, but as lessons that bring him closer to perfection. A clear example was the 2016 season, when he lost the championship to teammate Nico Rosberg. Tensions within the team and several technical errors cost him key points. However, rather than letting that defeat consume him, he used it as motivation to come back stronger in 2017, winning the championship with an impeccable performance. Hamilton transformed every moment of frustration into a reminder that there was always room for improvement. Even in individual races, his mental resilience is impressive. On multiple occasions, he has made mistakes in the opening laps, such as poor starts or locking up under braking, but his ability to reset his mind in a matter of seconds allows him to regain focus and execute precise overtaking moves to make up positions. This mental resilience is one of the factors that makes him such a complete driver. He does not let frustration get the better of him, but channels it to keep pushing to the limit. His openness to admit his mistakes is also a rare trait in Formula One, a sport where egos are often as big as the engines of the cars. Hamilton has no problem admitting when he makes a mistake and doing so publicly, something he has mentioned as key to his evolution. Admitting a mistake rather than hiding it allows him to address it head-on and work on it until it becomes a strength. In this new stage with Ferrari, this ability to learn will be more important than ever. Adapting to a new car, a team with a different philosophy, and the inevitable technical difficulties will require him to activate his growth mindset to the maximum. But if there is one thing he has shown throughout his career, it is that every time he faces an obstacle, he turns it into an opportunity to evolve. Hamilton has made it clear that for him, greatness is not measured only in titles, but in the ability to get up after each fall, learn from each mistake and continue to pursue perfection, race after race. Lewis Hamilton has mentioned on several occasions that his ability to deal with criticism comes from his childhood and the hardships he faced even before he made it to Formula One. From his early days in karting, he had to deal with disparaging comments and discrimination, but his father instilled in him the mindset of responding with results, not words. This philosophy has carried over throughout his career and has become the foundation of his mental strength. A lesser-known aspect of his transition to Ferrari is the work he has done off-track to adapt to the team's culture. Hamilton has been studying the team's history in detail, analyzing how drivers such as Schumacher or Lauda managed to build winning cycles. He has had private conversations with former Ferrari engineers and has spent time understanding the team's internal dynamics in order to integrate as quickly as possible and be a true leader within the organization. In terms of performance, Hamilton has also shown a remarkable ability to adapt to different driving styles. During his time at Mercedes, he went through multiple regulation changes affecting aerodynamics and tire management, but he always found a way to adjust his technique to remain competitive. This skill will be key at Ferrari, especially if the car has characteristics that do not suit his natural style. Indeed, in early testing with Ferrari, he has already worked on modifying his approach in high-speed corners to better suit the characteristics of the car. Another interesting fact is his relationship with the media. Although Hamilton usually avoids direct confrontations, he has learned to use the press to his advantage. Instead of letting himself be consumed by negative headlines, he uses them as a constant reminder of the standards people expect of him. He has commented that he sometimes saves press clippings with particularly harsh criticism to reread before important races, using them as a kind of mental anchor to enter a state of maximum concentration. Even in his physical and mental preparation, Hamilton has intensified his training for this new stage. He has incorporated new meditation and visualization techniques, disciplines that he has mentioned in several interviews as essential to staying calm in moments of high pressure. His goal is to be not only in the best physical shape possible, but also in a mental state where no criticism or mistake can take him out of his focus. All of this makes it clear that Hamilton is not just changing teams, but is completely reinventing himself to face this new challenge. He is willing to put every part of his mind and body at the service of one goal, to prove once again that his greatness has no limits. Over the years, Lewis Hamilton has proven that criticism, adversity, and mistakes don't define him, but rather transform him into a stronger version of himself. His ability to absorb negativity, turn it into motivation, and continually reinvent himself has kept him at the top of Formula One for over a decade. Now, with his move to Ferrari, he has the chance to write one of the most legendary chapters in motorsport history. This isn't just a change of team, it's the ultimate test of his resilience and hunger for greatness. The chance to win an 8th world championship with Ferrari, surpassing the record he shares with Michael Schumacher, would be the perfect culmination of a career marked by constant improvement. But beyond the titles, what truly defines Hamilton is his determination to keep fighting, even when everyone around him doubts him. His growth mindset, his willingness to learn from mistakes, and his ability to use criticism as fuel have made him much more than just a successful driver. He is a living example of how mental strength and perseverance can break through any limit. Every time he has been given up for dead, he has come back stronger, defying expectations and reminding the world that his legacy goes far beyond trophies. If Hamilton succeeds with Ferrari, he will not only silence his detractors, but inspire entire generations of drivers and fans. He will prove that true greatness lies not in avoiding falls, but in the ability to get up again and again, more determined than ever to keep going. His story is a reminder that criticism only has power over those who accept it, and that the key to success is to transform each blow into a stepping stone to the top. And now the question is for you. Do you think Hamilton can conquer glory with Ferrari and break the world championship record? If you are passionate about Formula One and want to follow this story closely, make sure to subscribe, because what comes next could be the most epic chapter that Formula One has seen in years.